Ready, set. Let's talk about insecurity. Listen closely to what I'm going to say. It is not with your time. It is not with your energy. It is not with your concern to worry about whether other people are looking at you. Let them look. They can't help themselves but look. Look at you. You're absolutely stunning. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is there is nothing to gain from being overly self-conscious about your flaws. No one cares. Everyone is so concerned with what they got going on themselves that you are completely irrelevant. Say they do care. Say you are relevant and the center of attention in their eyes. What then? Are we really going to allow their unpopular opinion get the best of us? Drive us to become insecure about ourselves? Heck to the no. We got work to do, things to accomplish, people to inspire. Welcome everyone. My name is Erika Gutierrez, a young aspiring trailblazer who plans to challenge detrimental conformity. In other words, go up against detrimental conformity. So without further ado, let's get on with talking about how we as a species find comfort in seeking approval from others. Why? Don't ask me. I was just wondering the same thing myself. I have no idea why us humans feel the need to ask for permission to simply be. I literally don't have a clue. It's not rewarding. It's exhausting, and I'll just go out and say it. It's utterly embarrassing. Trying to be someone you're not is embarrassing. I cringe at the idea of it because you're putting your effort towards being a copy and paste rather than work towards discovering your own true identity. That, to me, is a disappointment. Beneath of it all, I know there's a remarkable, unique, and beautiful individual who has the potential to shine bright, yet lacks the courage to embrace their individuality. Let's be real. We dress a certain way, act a certain way, and even talk a certain way to fit in. Let me tell y'all something about this so-called fitting in. It's absolutely futile. In your attempts to satisfy the world, you're failing to acknowledge how that's all they are. Attempts. Where you're climbing and climbing, you aren't leading anywhere because you're working for someone or something with no vision. Trust me when I tell you, the world doesn't have your best interest at heart. It will always be demanding more and more from you to the point of costing you your happiness and substituting it with false ecstasy. Open your eyes, people. We literally live in an era where consumerism is at its finest. It's about that time we get busy producing productivity rather than expecting it to knock on our door. Get up, off your feet, rise and shine. Go on. What are you waiting for? Reclaim your authority and practice self-respect. Do not delay yourself another minute. When I come across someone who is trying to intentionally or unintentionally offend me or someone whom I care deeply about, I try my best not to let them walk all over me, diminishing my self-esteem by beating them at their own game. How do you do that? Well, by practicing the act of kindness, where I return the favor, but in a manner that is ethical and does not harm. In other words, I use the opportunity to teach a lesson that provokes them just enough to at least have them reconsider the way of conduct and possibly even encourage them to modify it, not only for their sake, but for us all. Personally, I see it more productive to make strategic and good decisions rather than burn ourselves out participating in the offender's little game. I don't play by their foolish rules. I'm a trailblazer who seeks her own path in life. They got a problem with that? I'll let them deal with it. I will not allow them to come over here and try to disrupt my peace. If you, watching this video, makes it a hobby of theirs to spread negativity, I promise you, the only one you'll end up hurting is yourself. So word of advice, try not to bring people down because whatever goes around, comes around. Those who have been picked on, judged upon, or even underestimated, don't be thrown off course by the world. Stand your ground and fight. We may not be made of steel, but we are certainly armored with tenacity, which is even more effective in getting things done. I am me, and best believe I am proud to be me. Why am I going to allow the world to convince me otherwise? It's not going to get me anywhere other than make me believe other people's impression they have of me when they don't even know me. I'm not going to allow people's comments, judgments, or even assumptions push me to hit rock bottom. Not in a million years. I'm past that. What does concern me is what I think of myself, how I view myself, and whether or not I'm proud of who I am, which I've already previously established that I am, which I'll tell you right now is a constant task that lasts a lifetime. Why care so much about what others have to say about you when really how you view yourself is a whole lot more rewarding when you're happy with what you see? Tell me now, doesn't it feel great to be at ease with yourself knowing you're you and can be your true self without anyone's permission? Como dice un dicho que ha tenido mucho significado en mi vida, yo me amo como yo quiero. If someone has something to say about me, by all means, say it. Speak your mind, but do not expect me to listen or put up with it. I'm simply not up for it. I got better things to do with my life than to worry about whether or not people find me likable. I think I'm delightful, a bit presumptuous, but I would say quite fascinating for the most part. Not everyone will agree, which is perfectly fine. We are all entitled to our own opinion. I won't blame you nor will judge you for it. On some real talk, I think we're all a bit proud. I don't think I've ever met a person where I don't think they aren't, at least in the slightest way, self-centered. Let's admit it, we're the main character in our lives. I know I am. I'm not going to sit here and say I look forward waking up every morning to see what other people are up to and doing with their lives. No, quite honestly, that sounds boring and truly sad to hear. I want to venture and live my life on my own terms, with the help of God, of course. I say this with all due respect. I could honestly care less about what you're up to. All I care about is how you're doing and whether or not you're happy with your current status. As long as you're happy, healthy, and growing, that's all I need to know. Everything else is a bonus. And really quickly, I want to mention how I genuinely appreciate those who find the strength to share and open up, because it takes great courage to do so. Only a true champion has valor to do such a daring thing. Obviously, I don't expect you to keep me updated or in the loop all the time, but I do pay attention to whether you take me into account as I do you. I'm not going to revolve my attention, my care on someone or something who doesn't have both of our interests at heart. I'm here to evolve, expose myself to opportunities, challenges, and friendships that will help me become the best version of myself. If that doesn't align with your values, no problem. I'll respectfully disengage and go somewhere where I am appreciated. I don't have time nor want to be around people who aren't willing to put in the work to achieve what it is they want out of life in a manner that is wholesome. I'm focused on improving and achieving my goals, and I will certainly not take the easy route to achieve them. Because what's the fun in that? If you're not interested in becoming the best version of yourself, or want anything to do with me and my agenda, go ahead. Walk away. Walk away. There's no need to explain or apologize. I get it. Your heart's just not in it. Fudge Insecurity and its translator. I'm here to live my best life while I still can. Those who object and don't approve of my decisions, there's a door. It was nice knowing you. I wish you nothing but the best. Make sure to close the door on your way out. We don't want flies to come in and storm the place. Thank you. Safe travels. Nowadays, we can't rely on other people to get out of a complication, nor should we expect it, because chances are they are dealing with a similar situation of their own. The only one you can truly count on is yourself, and even that is debatable, because you must be willing to be present and true to yourself in order to confidently move forward. What should we do in regards to that difficulty? Sit down, watch the sun rise, and set while we eat popcorn all day? Tempting, but I'll have to decline. You want to know why? Because meanwhile, I'm sitting on my precious bottom, wondering what life could be and how amazing it would be to live my dream life. I could be utilizing that time to get busy making it a reality. At no time is it ever a good reason to postpone or quit an aspiration. If you want something, work for it. It's that simple. Life's about becoming better as you go. What does it matter if in the process you're clueless? If you don't know how to go about a new skill you're trying to master, who cares? What matters is that you're trying to figure it out. We're all trying to figure it out. No one knows how we're supposed to live life. We're all learning as we go. We aren't just magically going to wake up one day and feel as if we can conquer the world. No. Confidence is developed through time. It involves hard work and dedication in pushing yourself. In order to discover your limits, you must be open to new settings. Cold water, for example. When you first come into contact with it, your body freaks out and goes into survival mode. But after a while, you slowly get used to it and you no longer see it as a threat, but feels quite refreshing. That's how life is. Alarming, but can become enjoyable if we let it. On that note, set your insecurities aside. They have no say on whether you're good enough. They are nothing but a figment of your imagination. It doesn't exist unless you allow it to. If you ask me, I would get rid of it. Cut it out of my life completely. Simply drop it. How do you do that? By changing your perception of it. Rather than seeing them as a flaw, you can try to accept that it's a part of you that makes you stand out from the rest. Erica, what if I don't want to stand out from the rest? All I can say is you better get used to your beauty, my friend, because there's a lot that has yet to bloom. I suggest becoming comfortable with the idea of being awesome because believe it or not, you are. You are astounding, absolutely mesmerizing. But what does it matter what I think? You're the one that gets to decide for yourself how you choose to view yourself. As I've already mentioned before, my opinion towards myself is what really matters at the end of the day. Your own perception of yourself is what's relevant. Forget what everyone else has to say. Remember, if they have a problem, then so be it. They have their own life they can turn to if they aren't satisfied with what they see. You keep doing what you're doing. It's your life. Just don't forget, everything you do has a consequence. Therefore, be mindful of what you say and do. So what do you say? Are you done submerging yourself in pointless insecurity and ready to become your confident, radiant self? Or continue to live a life that's consumed in doubt? It's your choice. Personally, I'm going to try to push past my timidness, set my worries aside, and be my unapologetic self. It won't be easy. It won't come without its challenges of its own. It's going to take a lot of nerve to go out and take care of business. But you know what? I'm excited. A bit fidgety and jittery, but mostly excited. If I mess up and make mistakes along the way, oh wow, that's a part of being human. There's no shame in trying, am I right? We're here to learn and develop. As the saying goes, nothing is set in stone. Plans change. Opinions change. People change. Therefore, I shouldn't feel the pressure to do everything right in a manner that is so precise. Because let's be practical for a second. We're incapable of perfection. Trying to appear that way and covering up those flaws would be inauthentic. Because us humans are flawed. We're imperfect, which makes us all who we are. Different, distinct, and original. I'm glad to be alive and have the opportunity to experience such a pivotal moment in time. Where'd I leave my spoon? I still have it in my pocket. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. I have no idea how I'm gonna try to open this, but here we go with the freaking spoon. Okay, I got it one. Life hack. I'm weird. Okay. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough, Erica. Okay. Here's a toast. Wait, it's with the right hand. Here's a toast to our future endeavors as we begin our journey to a new year. Cheers. May we meet again.